Dear Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, all people over the world. The federal government of the Imperium of Demons, the Nobility invitation for all political and diplomatic scientists over the world. King Utwa Peter Idis, 28 June 2019. Dear excellent people all of the world, organization membership is open for all civil people of the world neutrally on any form of citizenship, if between legal states or communities. We are welcome also our people of represents for the NGOs and associations, international political or economic and racial organizations, members and leaders of the political communities or the businessmen. The partnership is universally open for all and we are welcome for opportunity of your great future. The organization is a designation for global diplomacy representation to ID's government, and the Nobel Organization of Diplomacy have a ratification the third rank of organized movement which give you ability to build unlimited over networks of the institutions and programs over the name of the organization, which have therefore equal development ability as the legal government by which often basing de facto territory or external logistic office organized according jurisdiction of the foreign states. Your Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, the organization has established own legal statute which is open to use in interest of international diplomatic development for building over global basis of the diplomacy research, political arguments and also global business networks. The main goal of the organization is cooperate with the ID's Central Diplomacy Superior for support ID's diplomacy representation and logistic planning over the world, advocacy, recruitment and organization of the programs. Cooperation is interactive on the open effort of ID's government and cooperative agile procedures which often man limits and the purpose of the universal meaning of the international law recognized by the international organizations as the United Nations or Conference of the International Humanitarian Law. All members have own diplomatic status represented by the ID's government, which allow to build own diplomatic status under the organization diplomacy and bilateral or multilateral agreements which foreign states, communities or intergovernmental organizations which give a right to build the organization of consulates and embassies, conference centers, diplomatic office and many more. The limit is the maximum opportunity of international contractual ability which have a limitation with the fantasy of the mechanism in the rule. The organization office form have a right of active representation of the administration, operation, logistic beyond ministries, council of the diplomacy representatives and the central parliament assembly of all leaders who are take the statute of the nobility when first activation have ability in process of the contract over the world as a diplomatically adjunct organization of the nobility and preliminary the international non-governmental organization established with the application for activation of the NGO between the foreign country. In time, when you are joining the organization and start building the organization society, your right is to build organization of corporate networks, private messenger services, institutional and geopolitical analysis, satellite observer system and the services, universities, technology research centers, banks and fund companies, international transportation agencies, space research institutions, corporate and commercial television with the radio and the newspapers, telecommunication and internet agencies, private military and security agencies, own agencies of investment funds, shares which therefore is available internationally and the commercial jurisdiction available usage own currency for payment, and many more strategical abilities which can have a central position of power of the global control and equal competition between high governmental bodies over the world. The commercial currencies available activate very easy and fast. First need is to create the community of the people, which own mandate of office function, audit, fund administration, fraud control, observer and legal counsel with the notary. The board of the currency administration declares a rule of the currency authorship and establish a system of one central fund under which is organized secondary investment operation, register of valuable contracts and the possessions, which created central stocks of the trading possession represented by the organization authority as the legal institution, which provide the opportunity to register a flexible number of the share papers, recognized as the register of bank loans, which often value according to the number of the bank loans, soon in the ratification of the central fund of the organization, and therefore the bank loan is available also for trading between legal business companies over the world. In the first step of the activation, is need only designate the trade network of the private enterprise or private development projects, where is available legally contact the enterprise firms who are together establish a designated project, which therefore immediately in the time of their firm signature and contract, the contract increases value in the level of the millions euro, billions or hundreds of the billions euro per first 1 hour. The organization has a right for cooperation with the PMSCs, private military and security companies, for active strategic deals on the intelligence, and the organization can provide open service of the logistic and research for the private security companies, which therefore strengthen the value of their competition, and therefore partnership with organization is important for all private military and security companies over the world. The organization cooperation is main centralized for partnership between intergovernmental organizations in observer statute, education, the training, common organizing of events, partner advocacy or global goals building. Organization is unlimited intelligence which have open opportunity to build open partnership with world universities for research and program planning, cooperate with university libraries and education projects or common research. In effectivity, we are give you schools of diplomats in political science, also for your families and children. Your active membership is opportunity for great success of your family. Organizations have a right to pull open global autonomy commercial networks of the corporate firms in the trade reconnection between the primary, secondary and tertiary economic sectors as a sustainable businesses which give for organization unlimited sources of finances, materials and energies, also unlimited development with the process of every industrial and trade category. The organization have the ability use open logistics of the marketing and investment intelligence with the world tertiary economic geography, which allow you between one single hour activate more than 1,000 new high-level business companies over the world. The economy of the noble organization have a own value limits in the level of the global competition between the most high-ranking economic states over the world, and corporate assets of the organization can expand to the levels of 100 trillion euro. This is more than the 50% of the whole world economy per 1 year. One of the projects of the organization is possible activating the level of the space policy, where the organization have a right to build over space civilization centers and the industries, rapidness and activate populated centers over other planets in the universe or other free space between the galaxies. The step of the political activism is complicated in today's time, and the people have an open ability to absolute support from foreign institutions. Therefore, growth can be very slow and non-strategical intelligence. But when the organization rises up in open level of the importance in world political geography, the organization therefore opts to support an active partnership between world political societies. The growth of the geopolitical importances and the competition is a process of the active centralization and the recruitment of the associated powers and other operators, where provided you ability to activate the management of the designated projects which autonomously give you stronger positions. Universal growth strategy is character of the multiple opportunity, similar as the growth of the open banking networks, which give you advanced financing where foreign entities obtain the interest or dependence on the partnership with organization. Media agencies and journal reportage give you ability to be in public connection with the massive society and therefore control over the rate of the influencing. Contract with the PMSCs, private military and security companies, give you power of the self-protection and also ability of security operations which build your respect in the international political society. Contract which agencies for offshore bottom meanings and the adjustment of the autonomy establishment is a process which give you position on the advanced and energetic positions in the gold, diamonds, silver, platinum, rare materials and also finances, which give you importance in the banking networks, investment societies, industrial companies over the world, because the truth is, whenever you are one, global or local trades is absolutely changed in all of values. Contracted network with private banks and offshore administration agencies give you ability to build global network of 1 million firms, which give you a power of the state equality between modern governments, nations and the civilizations. Open assets in the level of private and internal organization sources, intelligence, operative logistics, global satellite monitoring, private security corporations control, ministries which control sites in the state level, space effort and hybrid territorial dimension baked in the ID jurisdiction, for example states jurisdiction and international universal jurisdiction, giving for organization absolute positions of integrity and respect from all foreign societies or institutions. Important is only to permanently develop only peaceful and prosperous diplomacy. The organization developed when Parliament Assembly were made are members in statute of the nobility. Those who are represent the own controlled body of the movement, community, company or institution active in the diplomacy intelligence of organization. And together all members plan their cooperative strategy of management development between their own sources and external recruited partners which interest to put most maximal success of the organization. We are greatly welcome, Their Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, people of the world.